Hey everyone, George, the Disney Italiano, coming to you with some heartbreaking Disney news. Um, and this one's a banger, folks. Disney announced this morning, as of today, May 7th, 2025, for the day of their earnings call, that Disney will be making its seventh Disney resort destination, this time in Abu Dhabi. They are teaming up with the company Miral, and Miral is going to be working with Walt Disney Imagineering to basically bring another Disney park to life. And uh, this kind of caught us all off guard. A good friend of mine uh, told me about this about a week or so ago, and I didn't really think anything of it. There was, talks that Disney was doing this since 2017, but apparently, as of I believe like a year ago, Iger went to uh, Abu Dhabi and just saw the potential in this place. And Abu Dhabi is heavy in engulfed in Disney. So it was a great collaboration, a great partnership, and I think this is going to do very well for Disney. This is going to do very well for Abu Dhabi, for Miral. It's creating a lot more jobs here domestically to work on the project, and it's going to be great. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever have the opportunity to experience it myself, but just the fact Disney is growing and expanding is very good news. I'm going to share my screen, and this is courtesy of a good friend of mine, Drew, the Disney dude, and he says, I'm using one of my wishes to ask for an Aladdin e-ticket magic carpet ride at Disney's Abu Dhabi theme park. And I'm right there with you, Drew, especially because, Aladdin, ties in with the culture of, what the park is going to be about. And we all know Disney loves adding their IP to the park in an immersive way. And I've been saying it for a long time, even on Orange Grove 55, that Disney really needs to utilize its Renaissance era IP, and Aladdin is part of that. I'm not 100% sure, what the stipulation is contractually between Disney and Abu Dhabi and Miral about the potential of bringing whatever attractions they have uh, out there to the parks domestically, because I know it's a little bit more stricter with the Oriental Land Company, with Tokyo Disney Sea. And speaking of which, Miral, the company in Abu Dhabi, is literally fully funding this resort. They are building it. They are working with WDI, but they are funding the whole entire thing. And I think that is very interesting. I thought that was a lightning in a bottle, to be honest with you. I thought, Tokyo Disney Sea is where it started and where it stopped, with another company fully funding it. So this will not impact the company's funds to put out the 30 billion into the parks domestically. And you get a new Disney destination out of it. So it's going to be great. Also, too, I'm going to try to see if I can scroll down here, because this is like breaking news, like everywhere. Like, it made it on Good Morning America, and there's our boy. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. He's making moves, and also too, um, Disney is in a vulnerable spot right now. The fact that Iger will be stepping down as CEO, and Josh is hungry. He's driven to become CEO himself once Iger leaves, and it's literally off to the races between, so far, him and Dana Walden. So they're both kind of doing their best to kind of showcase of why they would make a great CEO for the Walt Disney Company. I had the pleasure of meeting Josh. No offense to him, he's a great guy. A people person. He's very likable, very charismatic, great sense of humor. But I just don't know his full ability to run the entire company. There's more than just running theme parks. You have to run a studio, you have streaming, you have sports. There's how many different cogs to the clock that's called the Walt Disney Company. And as of right now, we're getting announcements, we're seeing small little movements, but nothing significant has officially been finished in the parks division under his watch as chairman. And that worries me. And I don't know if Iger is willing to take that risk with another parks person going in as CEO with the blunder that it was with Chapek. I don't know if Wall Street would be happy about it. I don't know if shareholders would be happy about it. I don't know if the board would be happy about it, but also the board also ties into making that decision as well. So I don't know if someone proposed that, and I don't know how they would feel about that. But kind of going down here, I'm going to type in like for the actual like Disney parks here, which let me see here. Let me see if I could find a picture because I want to talk about the castle and see how it says like a whole new world awaits. That's like the slogan, the tagline that they were using. So I can definitely see Aladdin coming there as well. But if you look at the castle, Iger did confirm there is going to be, a Disney castle, but it's going to be more modern. Right now, it doesn't even really look like a castle. I don't know if that's how aesthetically it's going to look, because it's going to be different, or if that's just kind of like a placeholder, so to speak, to say, okay, this is where the castle's going. Um, OG was saying that it's going to be like, I don't know if it's actually going to be made out of actual crystals, but it's going to depict of a crystallized castle. So that's really cool. Um, and then you can kind of see like in the background, like it's very vague of what's going to go in here. They haven't made official announcements of what it's going to be. But I'm for sure, in the coming, you know, year or so, we'll be finding out what what's in store for the park. And we all know Disney, as I said, is heavy in the driven, like with the IP. They're going to utilize a lot of it. And if you go on and watch the interview that Good Morning America had with the people of Abu Dhabi and Miral, and interviewing Iger himself, you can kind of see like a montage of Disney IP that they showed. Now, I don't know if they're going to utilize that IP, but if it was just like examples, like they show Frozen and Zootopia and what have you. So, it's kind of hard to tell at this point. But I think with a lot of the events that's going to be coming up on the horizon for Disney, the Destination D23 at Walt Disney World at the end of August into early September, that may be very telling because it was all about world travel and a new destination that's, more than halfway across the globe. I mean, that would fit so well into the overall theme. And I feel like that Disney kind of set the stage for that as well. Also, next year, the D23 Ultimate Fan Event returns back to Anaheim in 2026. So we may get some more news then, because they're going to have to announce, new things, obviously, because Disney already set that bar from the last D23. So they have to withhold that. Also, too, because again, people are paying for these tickets and it's not cheap. So Disney's going to want to, give them, a bang for their buck, so to speak, to really like deliver. And also too, normally at Destination D23, they did the last one. They announced the dates when the Ultimate Fan Event will be in Anaheim. So I'm for sure in August, September, we'll find out the dates for that as well. So very exciting stuff on the horizon. Yeah, I just kind of left this up for a little bit just so everyone can kind of get like a take on like what the park is going to look like visually. It's basically a land on a land, and I'm quoting Iger. It's going to be surrounded by a body of water, and I'm for sure it's going to be breathtaking. So yeah, and as I said, that castle looks phenomenal. It looks different, but you know what? I think it's really cool that they get like a very distinct, different look, of a castle. You don't want everything to look the same, you know. So yeah, I had to come on and literally make this news because it's all over social media. It's all over mainstream media. It's been talked on, as I said, Good Morning America, Variety. It's like everybody is reporting on it. So I thought I'd come on and give my 2 cents on it as well. Um, and tell me what you all think down in the comments. Your concerns, your opinions, your thoughts. Are you excited? Um, indifferent, it doesn't really impact you. But I will say it does impact the Walt Disney Company for sure, because during the quarterly earnings, I'm sorry, the shares went up 10%, and the revenue of the Disney parks for this quarter went up 13%. So that's very telling. That's very good. Disney is on a good trajectory with that, and they got to stick to it. Also, now they may have been planning this, and I know, a lot of people like to, think of like the conspiracy theories of like saying, oh, well, they just announced this because of that and what have you. Um, but I do think it's interesting in the timing that they make this official announcement, especially off the back that Universal just made its announcement on a brand new theme park coming to the UK. And it would probably be up and running around the time that the Abu Dhabi Disney park would be up. So they're going to be kind of going head to head in that sense, the battle of the international parks between Disney and Universal. So it's going to be very telling. Here's the thing with me. I know a lot of people like to pin Disney and Universal as like a competitive, which in a way that they should. Healthy competition is great. It keeps you on your toes. It drives you more to do great and to plus things yourself, as Walt would always say. But it's a great time, as a good buddy of mine, Slimer, always says, it's a great time to be a theme park enthusiast, because in the end we win. It's like you can go to Disney, you can go to Universal, you can have both. You can have your cake and eat it too. And trust me, everyone here and on Orange Grove 55, we love our cake and we like to eat it too. So, if you know, folks. But you should be able to experience different things. Let Universal be Universal and let them do what they do. And the same with Disney. Can they learn from one another? Absolutely. Can they work off the mistakes of the other and utilize it to their benefit? Absolutely. And they should, because that allows the company to say, oh, we made a boo-boo here, but they did it right, so how can we do it better the next time? It's a win-win for all, and that's how I always look at it. I'm a very optimistic person. I try to stay as positive as possible. I look at the glass half full instead of half empty. So this is all great news. As I said, I'm very excited, and but yeah, I can't wait to see what is to become of this. And but I do think also too that it's very interesting that, and I was talking to OG about this on the phone earlier, that in the amount of time that this entire Disney park will be built, we still don't know where Avatar and Coco are going at DCA. So it's really telling that when another company is paying for its own project, so to speak, of how fast something can go. But when it's coming out of your own pocket, so to speak, that's where it kind of can get a little bit slow and delay. And that's the worry again with Josh D'Amaro. It's like, you gotta, if you're gonna deliver, you gotta go balls to the wall. You gotta come out and just like say it. Don't leave us hanging, Josh. Because honestly, just like OG, I do have faith in you. I do want you to succeed. So please, let's do this. But before I get going, I just want to do my little plug in here. I am an affiliate of the Magic Candle Company. If you are feeling homesick from a Disney park, like the brand new one that's coming to Abu Dhabi, and you can't get there, but you want to bring that magic of Disney in your own home, go to magiccandlecompany.com. They have a plethora of different items. Um, that give you the sense and the smellitzers, if you will, of being there in a Disney park. From pirate water to churros to pineapple Dole Whips, they got it all. From candles, sprays, hand soaps, you name it. So go to magiccandlecompany.com. Use my promo code Citrico15 and get 15% off your entire order upon checkout. And it's not just for a one-time deal, folks. You can use it continuously for however many purchases you would like to do. Keep using my code Citrico15 and you get 15% off your entire order. And as that being said, yes, please, again, comment down below your thoughts, your opinions, your concerns. As I said, this caught us all by storm. But again, Disney knows what it's doing. It's an over 100-year company. Even though, yes, they have their faults, they have, things that they need to fix. It's a roller coaster, no pun intended. It goes up and down. But that is a way of any company. If you reach the full top, there's no way to go but down, and you learn from your mistakes and let them learn from their mistakes. But I appreciate every single one of you, excuse me, jumbling over my words here, for tuning in. It means a great deal to me. Also, check out more of my videos on Citrico Central. I got a lot more content coming out on the horizon. Also on its sister channel, Orange Grove 55, we got a lot of things coming out there. So again, it's a great time to be a Disney fan, a Universal fan, a theme park enthusiast, all that good jazz. Thank you all so much. And as I always say in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.